Brutal. Brutal. You will know and understand completely why they called it Chief of War. It was brutal. Aloha kako, everyone. My name is Lexi, and today I'm going to give you my personal review of the first episode of Chief of War. Even with my limited knowledge in Hawaiian culture and, understanding, I couldn't understand a lot of the beginning. Like, I would say, the first 20 minutes or so of the actual episode. It was kind of confusing. So here's this man named Kaiana, right? And he's not even introduced as a chief per se. You see him coming to supposedly the island of Kauai. Or the kingdom of Kauai. That's what they call it. They call the islands kingdoms. So they divide the island to districts. And my understanding is it's like with every island, there's a main chief. Within these ahupua'as, you had all these chiefs all of a sudden. And I'm thinking where are these chiefs from? Ahupua'a chiefs. Kind of like governors, if you know what I mean. I don't know.
What?
Kind of got confused in that thing. Didn't really understand the relationship between all these chiefs and Kaiana. As the storyline progressed, I understood that the main chief, I think his name was Kahikili. As I figure it out, it was the cousin of Kaiana. So the older man, Kaiana's uncle, he's the one with the tattoos on the other side of his face. Anyway, that dude, Kaiana's uncle, is the main dude over Kauai, I think. The main chief. Kaiana's friends are actually his brothers. And I think there's a sister in there and maybe his wife. Kaiana's father was a great chief of some island I don't even know. They weren't clear about that, or maybe they were. We just missed it and it just went over my head. There was probably this big war and Kaiana's father passed away. They took Kaiana's father and they made a little dummy out of him. They took his bones and they created this almost voodoo-ish doll. And then so when the uncle said, this is what they did to your father, that's when the light bulb went off that Kaiana's friends are actually his brothers. And his friends were wailing and crying more than Kaiana. So I'm thinking why is his friends so heartbroken about this? Shouldn't Kaiana be? That's his dad after all. Turns to find out that his friends are his brothers.
Bruh.
So the reason why the uncle is so invested in Kaiana is because he knows that Kaiana is a great warrior and he wants him to join his army. His uncle started to kind of try to convince him that, this is prophetic. Whether you like it or not, Kaiana, you're a part of the whole cycle of these things happening. He was having premonitions of this priestess. And let me tell you, this priestess is pretty wild. She's totally blind. You can see that her eyes are whited out. And I think she was kind of appealing to his revengeful self. Kaiana was a historical figure. I mean, he's a real figure in Hawaiian history. He's so deep. He convinces his uncle. He said, okay, unks, I'm going to serve you in your army and we're going to take Oahu because they were on Kauai, right? We're going to take Oahu, and he really wanted to go after was the priest, the high priest of Oahu. It just boggles my mind. I just kind of lost in the sauce here from this point on because I really don't know what's going on. So here we get to the last 10 minutes of the episode. The prophecy said that he was going to take over, be a part of this unification, and he has no choice but to answer this call. And yet, he's okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this in the most peaceful way because he understood how brutal war was. He was okay, unks, we're going to do this. We're going to do this with my plan. And then the uncle was okay, sure. They bring their fleets. They bring all their soldiers. Kaiana and his brothers go and try to find the high priestess. His uncle sees an opportunity to really take it all. and he orders his men to just slaughter them all. And let me tell you something, this TV show, The Chief of War, does not hide the fact that women and children were killed during this battle. Innocent women and children and men. You go from like this slow moving storyline to now like we know what the Chief of War is really all about. And before Ka'iyana could even realize what his uncle did, his uncle basically slaughtered an entire village. So needless to say, that was like a shock to see all of this. And what does this tell us? Okay, we can be so hyper focused on one particular race that, oh yes, they're the colonizers. They're, they wipe out, these people because their skin color, or maybe because they think that they're inferior to them, or, all these things. And we like so hyper focus on like white people, but hello, the Hawaiians did it to each other. Okay? Indigenous peoples around the world, I am sure most of them have had that same fate where they conquered each other for land and notoriety and power. I'm kind of sold into like watching more. I really like Ka'iyana, his character. I like that he's a peaceful person. For sure. I don't feel yet that I fully identify with the people in this movie, or the characters. But then again, it's just the first episode. Yeah, it's interesting. You got a lot of spoilers. That will do it for me. This was episode 1 of Chief of War. We'll see you in the next episode when I discuss part 2 of Chief of War. Until then, aloha!